And I've said this to a few people, but there's this video of me and my kids making monkey sound these bushes because I've told people this before. It was really hard to walk away from that experience
Right.
because you're trying to process it, and like I almost like wanted to. I didn't want to say it almost made me want to cry, but it was just like didn't have an answer, and I knew what happened, and I was standing there, and it's like I didn't want to walk away because I wanted to hear it again. I wanted to have. I didn't care if I recorded it or not. It was
Right.
just like, how do you walk away from that and just be like, oh, okay, that was whatever. It was just like all just kind of walked away, and I shared this with Drewski, uh, and I think maybe a few other people, but my son swore that how he described it, he said when we were walking away, he said, it's like they're implanting thoughts in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I said, who's implanting thoughts in your head? And he said, well, whatever was back there, said that they're really happy that you came out here, Alex. My son never calls me that. He always calls me mom.
Right.
And my daughter Aria said, they know your name. I was like, I don't know, it doesn't sound like a good thing, but
right, exactly. Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
And so not that it was a bad experience. So for the reason why we didn't go back to that trail, but there's a special spot at the beginning of the park where I've been documenting these teepees that have been being made, these big, huge tree logs.
Mhm.
I've actually been on one recently in a spot that nobody goes to. Like I go off trail. Saw people one time, they're like, oh wow, there's someone else who doesn't follow the trail. And I was like, yeah, me, this guy.
Right.
But so we go to the front part of this park and it's behind the sign. Really, if you don't know about it, most photographers know about it because there's these pine trees that just it seem like they go for miles in the sky, and you
Mhm.
just look up and there are just so many pine trees. So a lot of photographers like to go there and take pictures, and that's actually how I found out about it. Years ago, someone said, "My gosh, you don't know about this place? This is the creepy place where you go and take pictures. People do seance and witch stuff." And I always heard rumors of that, and I didn't know if it was just kids, teenagers, whatever. But it always seemed like people went there to do stuff in that area. Maybe lots of people know that area special. I don't know, but we went out there for Mother's Day, and the kids had saw the teepee, and so they started making their own little teepees. And my daughter Aria actually had taken sticks and she had broken them up into little pieces, and she spelled out the word Bigfoot. Oh, well, we were there. I was just too focused on her teepee that she had made because she said, will you take a picture of this? And I was absolutely. So I take a picture of her standing next to this little teepee. I didn't see in the dirt, it was just dirt on the ground where we were
Mhm.
standing. And the Bigfoot sign that she had made was brown as well with the stick. So it blended in. So I didn't see it. And I later found out about it after when we went home. And she's like, you didn't see that I wrote Bigfoot? So that's probably why they threw the stick at us. And she's like, what? And Xavier was trying to walk to the teepee. He had already gone over there and looked at it. He'd walked over there again, and I got this bad feeling. I don't know what it was, but I was just like, I do that with the kids. They think it's annoying, but I'm just like, I don't have a great feeling about whatever you're doing. So like, I just said, can you please come back? I just have this really weird feeling,
Right.
and I don't want you to go over there. And as I'm telling him this, and I'm looking at him in the teepee, the girls are looking this way. Leah goes, oh my gosh. This huge branch comes flying out of nowhere. It didn't hit us or didn't come anywhere near us, but
Right.
you could just hear the the power of it going. It didn't sound like it fell from down. Aaliyah saw it coming at us. And that's when I was like, okay, guys, maybe it's time to go. And then when we got home and Arya said, didn't you see my Bigfoot sign I made out of the sticks? That's when I was like, oh my gosh. He was probably just trying to help you out, throw a stick to put in your sign or
Right,
help
really?
you with the TP. But and they're they know that I'm into this stuff, so they're supportive kids, I guess. But there was a trail that we hadn't seen before, and it's actually not on maps that they give you. It's on the trail map that they have inside the nature center. But
Mhm.
if you take one, it shows that there's a trail, but it doesn't have a name or anything. It's called an access trail.
Right.
And the lady at the nature center said they do a lot of burning in that area. So I'm assuming that's probably why they don't a lot of people going out there. And so I told the kids, I said, we'll come back and we'll check out this trail another time. And so me and the girls went back. I don't know if my youngest was with us, but he probably was. But we're walking on this trail and it had rained recently. So I think that's probably helped me get this impression. But the girls are always looking for deer, deer tracks, raccoon tracks. They love seeing what's around us and, you know, tracking them as we're walking on the trails. And this specific trail was a lot of mud, more than usual.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.